Troy, that's just between you and me in co-star Zanzibar. What white lady names her dogs Tanganyika in Zanzibar? Been obsessed with Africa for a long time. I said this just between you and me, but I am high. But not in the way our culture thinks so. I mean in altered states of consciousness. I mean in trance. This is my Sunday morning when I used to do my ecstatic trance dancing, which number one thing the pandemic did to me is it took away my dance. If I'd had that dance every week, if I'd had those 2 hours, I'd already be famous. I need your help becoming the she-Chappelle. Okay? I'm in Ohio. I could drive to Chappelle. I think this is the only way. I have emailed over a dozen professors at Carnegie Mellon. Only 2 responded to brush me off. These motherfuckers don't understand intelligence. They understand memorization. I'm a Socrates, you're my Plato. Which to me means I'd rather you be famous. I'm sitting here thinking, I don't want people to be able to get to me. I'm the she-Socrates. I'm going to ask every question. I'm going to line up all kinds of premises. And I am going to evolve this motherfucking world. Because what the fuck am I doing? This is day 23 in my car. Where's it Jordan? Okay? Always meaningful. 23. 3/23/69 is my birthday. Now, this is all from taking care of this phase of civilization. So we know there's been millennia, right, of humans, and the calendar is all a concept. But within that concept, 3/23/69 is my birthday. You can either add 3 23s or you can multiply 3 times 23 and you always get 69. So look it. I'm the one to evolve this world. And I need to get on a stage. I can't follow any of the established pathways. And motherfuck it. The strength that I am, that even you bullied me into getting a job when I could save lives. I saved my whole life. I've done it. I've proved it. Now it takes a while for people to understand it because the current paradigm of separation and mechanistic thinking is a big problem. We see everything as cause and effect, and because we're using this part of the brain, the servant, not the subconscious master, we're using this small part of the brain, we can only hold so many pieces of data, so many factors about how to explain the world. We're using the wrong thing. So all I'm doing is I'm in my subconscious. So being high to me, being in trance, in flow, artistic flow, right? What does all the artistic flow say? You're channeling your muse. This is it for me. Socratic monologues. I just get going and going and going, and because I only have myself to talk to for a fucking decade, and I didn't have that many people to talk to for the whole 52 and change years, I never had somebody to talk to every day. And over this past decade, not been a single human that I've talked to on consecutive days, even. Apart from the fiance. But that was virtual. And the whole thing, there's Zanzibar again. I hadn't noticed she was in the frame. She done taken care of me. Right, you think about it, because I've been a polar bear for the first 50 years of my life. Of course, my only pal would be an Arctic fox. I am the most fucking coherent human on the planet because I know how to tell my own story without any kind of shame, without any kind of trauma. See, so this is the thing. You had trauma. I had chronic neglect. It's this uniting extremes, right? The black man and the white woman, right? So, I mean, I'm so the thing that kept popping up over this week for me to integrate, I'm so, proud isn't the right word because you're going to take it wrong. But please doesn't. It is meaningful to me. See, this again, we had this big problem with the English fucking language. It's really crazy. So, everything's now about, being non-binary. Like, gender is a concept. I mean, yes, there are penises and vaginas, but gender, as we're all living it, as we're all operating, it's a concept. And it's wrong. It's faulty. I came out in International Women's Month as non-binary. Because, but again, I think, I spent my first 50 years being very masculine. Now I want to continue being masculine who can pull out her feminine. That's why I'm the she-Socrates, the she-Einstein, she-Sherlock of human health, the she-Chappelle. The only way I get to be all that stuff is to be a one-woman improv performer. And what's hard to tell here, because with my limitedness and having nobody to help me, I got to always be my own camera operator, gaffer, shit. So you can't, there's only one. And it's my Venus or Mars. Sorry. Venus before Mars. So again, the voice is like, see, we got to do some voice work. If any professor takes me on at Carnegie Mellon, I'll tell you right now, it's going to be the black man who is a voice and drama. He's a renowned voice coach. And I sent him my Venus before Mars performance. So I get my embodiment in. And you guys see that? It's where I'm like, I'm going to sit Elon Musk the fuck down and handle his business. He cannot be the founder of an entirely new planet until we are all certain that his childhood in apartheid South Africa is not operating any amount of his subconscious. I don't know it, man. I don't know what's up here. What? I think he hanging with Jay-Z and whatnot, or somebody. I don't. Yeah, I think he is. Was that Jack? I don't know. I got to sit that Jack down on the Twitter. I can't get Lamont to see my tweets. Troy, like you and I have. Lamont and I, it's not just we went to college together. Lamont and I spent time together a deux. And I know I'm sticking out because, well, for many reasons. Because there was a real connection there. It's not just because the brother got famous. And he knows that about me. He's not seeing my tweets because the algorithm is racist. Because it simply goes on popularity. And if you're in a country of 87% white, right, you know what I'm saying. The numbers, right? Being in this state, numbers, I'm beyond numbers. That's where this 1 + 1 = 3. The first heuristic of life-centric thinking, which this is how, again, I'm going for the top 10% intellectually first. And then they're all going to take my shit for free and spread it. So I got billions of dollars in my head. And I'm so far ahead in the thinking of everyone. Now, the billionaire I'm trying to get to is Richard Branson. He has proven to me he is an anti-racist. And he's a redhead. We all know, culturally, well, anyone who ever's, been pro-black would notice that there is a disproportional amount of redheads hanging with black humans. Why is that? Because I'm 2/3 visually African. Red hair and freckles were early adaptations of humans before anyone ever left the continent of Africa. These are early and robust adaptations. We're like the bridge between blackness and whiteness, melanin-wise. Now, having very little melanin, it's the pattern. And when you look into the science of what it takes to create red hair, it's complex. Oh, this is getting good. I got to watch the fucking time, sorry. I can only upload so many minutes, and this has been, go on for. Tell you what I'm going to do, my friend. I'll get this on YouTube and private it. Then I'm going to switch this over to the voice recorder, because it takes a lot less. I have only like 2 gigs on this fucking burner phone and shit, man. The constraints I've been operating under as someone entirely alone in the world, and the degree of difficulty that I choose, but it's like I can't do all the easy stuff. What's easy? I am 1 in 7.8 billion. Which immediately, if you are a super important person in your time and span on this, you immediately say, but there's 2 meanings there. And I get to be that because I am also just 1 in 7.8 billion. I'm always trying deeply and energetically to negotiate the chasm between me and somebody else with embodied cognition. Nobody's ever seen, except you. When I would get in trance, getting into the Socratic dialogues that we had, that's what I see. I never watched the Chappelle Show. I mean, culturally in my obsession with black men, I knew about Chappelle. But I watched it on September 15th, 2019, precisely as I just spent 6 months like evaporating weight like crazy, certain that I was going to experience a lean body. I prognosticated it. It's on video. I prognosticated motherfucking COVID. How fucking smart am I? And I gotta have one person, and I'm asking you to see this. Joy, I am the 5th element. Seriously. Of right now, of 2021, of practically talking to humans about how we are limiting ourselves, we are enslaving ourselves, we are then enslaving everybody else. I am interconnected oneness. But I have not yet gotten to be able to entrain nobody else's vibration. It's going to get too long and too complex. I'll talk about why we have been trained on the voice recorder. I love you. You are the best friend in the history of the universe. Let's change the motherfucking world. I want to hear about this genetic engineering albino stuff. I think I'm more essential, just like how things evolution, but I also want to know about that stuff. I want to get into the details about that stuff. All right, harmony. It's not peace. It's harmony. What the fuck is peace? Everyone in harmony. Always being able to transduce the difference between their vibration and your vibration, getting in harmony. That's what I just explained it quickly. Because again, it's all this pressure. People want me to be, social media brief, and then they give me emoji. I'm sharing the motherfucking secrets to the motherfucking universe. Starting with you. You know why. And that's abundance. That's abundance.